Hello, welcome dear children. Welcome to Achievers classes. Today we are going to continue chapter 1 of standard 6 basic concepts in geometry. Now today I am going to teach you concurrent lines, point of concurrence, collinear points, non-collinear points, plane, parallel lines and intersecting lines. Now already I had taught you before what is meant by a point. Now look at this picture. This is point A. Now infinite number of lines pass through one point. Now I am showing you this figure. Line L, line M, line D. Now look at this figure. This is line L, line M, line D. In the same way, many infinite number of lines pass through the same point A. Now when two or more than two, if many lines pass through one point A, these lines are said to be concurrent lines. Now listen carefully. Many different lines, indefinite number of lines pass through one point. The lines which pass through one single point are called as concurrent lines. And the point through which these lines are passing, which point it is? Point A. Now this point A is said to be the point of concurrence. Now what is meant by point of concurrence? It is a point through which many different lines pass through it. So that point is called as point of concurrence. Now let us see what is meant by collinear points. Now let us see children, when we draw 2 points, you can draw a line. Now it means that you can draw one line by joining two distinct points. Now one and only one line can be drawn by joining two distinct points. Now there are many such points in between those two distinct points. Now when these points lie in a straight line, they are called as collinear points. Now suppose this is point C, this is point D, this is point E. So when two or more than 2 points, when two or more points points lie on a single straight line, then it is called as, those points are called as collinear points. Those points are called as collinear points. Now if two or more points, point A, point B, point C. Now look here, point A, B and C do not lie on a straight line. Only A and C are on a straight line. So point A and C are collinear, whereas point A, B, D and C all are non-collinear points. So non-collinear points means points which do not lie, points which do not lie on the same line. For example, point A, point E, point C. So all these 3 points are not in a same line. So they are called as non-collinear points. Now let us study plane. Now look at this flat surface. This is a blackboard. In the same way, you have wall. In your house, you have wall, you have table, you have a cupboard. So all the surfaces which are flat are called as flat. Any flat surface is called as a plane. Any flat surface is called as a plane. Plane is nothing but a part of an infinite surface, infinite flat surface, and it is shown by arrows pointing outwards in all directions. Now what does these arrows tell you? It shows that a flat surface, it is a plane which can be extended in all directions, and so it is called as a plane. It is a flat surface. Now when you are going to study about parallel lines, now in the previous video I had explained you what is meant by a line. Now when two lines line A line B. Now I am showing you two lines over here, line A and line B. Now a line has an arrowhead at both its ends. It means what? The line is extended in both directions infinitely. Now in the same way I am drawing dots and showing you that both the lines can be extended in this way. Now even after extending the lines, if these lines do not cross each other, if these lines do not cross each other or they do not meet at a point, they do not cross each other or if they do not meet at a point, if they do not cross each other or they do not meet at a point, then such lines are called as parallel lines. What are they called as? Parallel lines. Now I will teach you parallel lines. Now in the previous video I had explained you about line. What is meant by a line? Now here I am showing you figure of two lines, line A and line B. Now these arrowheads at two ends show that the line can be extended infinitely in both directions. Now look at this figure. Line A and line B can be extended infinitely at both directions. Now what is meant by parallel lines? Now line A and line B are said to be parallel only when even after extending the lines they do not meet at a point or they do not cross each other. They do not cross each other or they do not meet at a point. Such lines are called as parallel lines. Such lines are called as parallel lines. Now look here, two or more lines, even after extending on both sides, they do not meet at a point. Then such lines are called as parallel lines. Now I will show you one figure. Now look at this figure. Line M and line N. You feel that these two lines are parallel, but they are not parallel. Why they are not parallel? Because I will show you now. After extending line M and line N, see here, they are going to meet somewhere over here. They are going to cross each other at point R. Now when after extending, they are crossing each other at a point. So these two lines are not parallel to each other. They are not parallel lines. These two lines are not parallel to each other. Now the lines which are not parallel to each other means the lines which cross each other or which meet at a point. Such lines are called as intersecting lines. Now to or more lines even after extending on both sides if they meet at a point, then such lines are called as intersecting lines. Such lines are called as intersecting lines. Now I will show you the figure of intersecting lines. Line P and line Q. Now look at this figure. Line P and line Q, they cross each other or they meet at a point O. So line P and line Q are called as intersecting lines. Hope all of you have understood concurrent lines, point of concurrence, collinear points, non-collinear points, plane, parallel lines and intersecting lines. So children, thank you for watching my video and stay tuned for the next video.